In this section, we are going to talk about the pipeline job type, which was introduced in Jenkins 2.0, right? So what's a pipeline? It's a combination of plugins which help you to integrate your continuous delivery pipelines into Jenkins, right? So previously we were writing all our configuration within the Jenkins, a freestyle or a Maven job. But in this Jenkins pipeline job, we'll be using a script to run our pipeline or all the different build stages, right? So here I'm using this simple pipeline where I have three stages: build, test, and package. And then I have different steps within this stage, right? So I'll be checking out code from a GitHub repository. I'll compiling the code, running tests, posting results, packaging my artifacts into a jar file, and then archiving those artifacts. So this is my complete pipeline, which I'll be creating using the Jenkins pipeline job. Now, as I was talking about the pipeline script, right? So this is the pipeline script. It is written in Groovy language, but don't worry if you don't know Groovy. You don't need to learn it completely from scratch. You can, Jenkins provides a utility called the pipeline syntax through which you can create these scripts for different tasks which are already present there. So we are going to see that. So let's jump into a Jenkins dashboard and see how we can create this sample job, right? So I'm in my Jenkins dashboard. Now click on the new item to create a pipeline job. I'm going to select this pipeline job and then give us simple name to this. So I will give it demo application and click on OK. Now you'll see lesser options when you are in a pipeline job type. I'm going to give it a description. So a simple Java pipeline job, right? I'm going to skip all these options. I'll jump straight into the pipeline section. So in the definition, you'll see there are two options: pipeline script and a script from SCM, which means you can directly use your source code management script in the source code management tool like Git or GitHub, right? But I'm going to create it right here. So this is my script section. It is using a Groovy sandbox. As you can see, if you want to see some samples, you can go to Hello World, GitHub plus Maven or scripted pipeline, right? Or you can directly copy paste your script in this section or write it down as you wish. So I'm going to copy this pipeline script, which I have already, and paste it here. You can see it is already formatted in the Groovy sandbox. Now I was talking about the pipeline syntax, right? So if you don't know Groovy, how you write all these steps. So not everything will be present, but when you go into this pipeline syntax, you will find sample steps, right? So there are a lot of steps which are already present here. So let's see one simple step, right? So checking out your code from your repository like Git, right? Or GitHub. So if you see, there's a Git sample step, right? And if you give this repository or your repository in this repository URL, and the branch will be master, we don't need any credentials, and you will see on the later half, there is an option generate pipeline script. So click on this, and here is your command, right? So you can directly take this and put it in your pipeline script, which I already did. So this is my Git uh, pipeline syntax, right? So to check out uh, my code from the Hello World example GitHub repository, I need to write this step. And this, I took it from the snippet generator, which is all this task is already present. Now you will not find every task here, but some of the useful tasks you will find it here. Another example is archiving the artifacts, right? Now my artifacts will be in my target folder, and I will try to find the jar, right? So generate pipeline script, and here is my command, right? The Groovy command which I need to use. So this is the archive artifacts which I have also used, and this stage, in my last stage. So this is the command. So this is how you can generate your pipeline script, right? For each and every task which you're performing using the snippet generator here. And you can go ahead and look at other documentation is also have available here to help you. So don't worry if you don't know Groovy. Um, it looks pretty simple to me, at least. Uh, if you go to this syntax or every line of the script, I think it's easy to understand what is going on, right? Like in this is the pipeline script. Under that we have agent any, that means it is running on a default agent. We have then stages, and under stages we have stage. We need to define a stage, right? And then under stage we'll have different steps, right? So these are the steps for checking out the code repository. This is the step to run a Maven command. So bat means that's a Windows batch command. Now, if you're running on a Linux machine, or you want to use Unix, so you can use sh, right? So for shell command, to run a shell command on Unix or Linux box, you can use sh. And if you're running on a Windows, you can use bat, right? So make sure you note that difference. And in this stage, we are running a bat command to run our unit test, ambient test, right? Uh, and then we want to always post our results, right? So we are using this junit command to post our XML reports. Now in package phase, we are running again a bat command for ambient package, and to archive, we are archiving the jar files. So this is a pretty simple script. Now this can be complex also depending on your application, but let's now save this, right? Now our pipeline job is ready, and let's go back to dashboard. You can see this demo application is created, right? So now builds are scheduled. I'm going to schedule a build, and it should be visible here, right? So now let's go into this job and see what is happening. Now, very interestingly, if you see, it's quite different. We have got a stage view now instead of the static page, right? Which used to, we could only see the console log when we are running a freestyle job. But in the pipeline stage, you will have a stage view for each and every stage which you have created. Now that creates a very good look for your job, right? So it is now completed the build stage. You can see it took 24 seconds. Now it is in the test stage. It is running, and we'll have soon a package stage. So each and every stage will be displayed here, and the time taken to complete that stage. So it looks very good, right? Visually, it's pretty nice, and you can review each stage separately, right, in your logs. So when you hover over this time, you will see there's a logs section. So our build is completed, and for each section, it took some seconds, right? And you can also navigate to the logs section for each stage, and you can view the log, right? So it's pretty well organized, you can say. For each section, you will have different logs. You can see what is happening in each stage, and if one stage fails, you can easily find out which stage has failed, right? So this is all about the pipeline job. Now, there's also a pretty nice plugin called the Blue Ocean, which I'm going to show you in my next videos.